The henchman of the bandit leader, named Sangwanjia, charges toward Zoifan with his sword in hand, ready to strike. However, Zoifan remains still, gives a slight smile, and tells Sangwanjia that Miss Lu and her little brother have been captured and are now in his hands. Sangwanjia is very surprised by Zoifan's attitude and orders his subordinate to stop the attack. Immediately, Zoifan realizes that his words have had an effect on Sangwanjia. He gives a small smile, which is soon interrupted by a subordinate of the Lu family, who had been captured after Zoifan escaped into the forest with Miss Lu and her brother. The subordinate yells Zoifan's name, extremely irritated, and questions him about what he just said. However, Zoifan ignores him and proposes a deal to Sangwanjia, who immediately questions him about what kind of deal he has in mind. Zoifan responds to Sangwanjia that he will hand over his supposed prisoners. However, for this to happen, Sangwanjia must guarantee his future. Sangwanjia then approaches Zoifan to discuss the deal and questions him about his motives for luring the Lu family. However, Zoifan counters his question, asking him the same thing. Zoifan's questioning makes Sangwanjia uncomfortable, but he calms down and listens as Zoifan tells him that people cannot continue to destroy each other. And now that the Lu family has been defeated, he cannot rebuild a family with just one person. He further states that using Miss Lu's life and her brother's as bargaining chips to ensure his safety is just common sense and is better than ending up dead. After concluding his words, Zoifan explains to everyone present that Miss Lu and her brother are hiding in the forest at the end of the rope he holds in his hands. However, along the way, there are several loose ends around the forest, and he is the only one who knows the correct location. Zoifan then hands the rope he is holding to Sangwanjia, who takes a good look at it and remarks to Zoifan that it was a good idea to do that with the rope. Moreover, what he did makes it easier to track and also to return from the misty forest. After finishing his analysis of the rope, he accepts the deal proposed by Zoifan and tells Zoifan that he hopes he won't lie to him. Zoifan tells him that he's an honest person and is being sincere, but Sangwanjia says he doesn't trust Zoifan at all. The two stare at each other intensely for a moment, then smile, agreeing on the deal and preparing to head to the place where Miss Lu and her brother are supposedly located. As they walk deeper into the forest, the Lu family subordinate, who was captured by Sangwanjia, yells at Zoifan, accusing him of being a scoundrel for betraying the Lu family after all they did for him. He even states that Zoifan will regret everything he's doing, but Zoifan simply ignores him. Remaining silent, he walks on for a moment before stopping, leaving everyone confused. Sangwanjia questions him about why he stopped and also asks if this was where Miss Lu and her brother were. But Zoifan looks at him with an ironic expression, telling Sangwanjia that he brought him there to eliminate him and that, for this reason, this would be the place of his death. Sangwanjia is incredulous at Zoifan's words and lunges at him to kill him. However, Zoifan uses a substitution technique and disappears, leaving Sangwanjia completely baffled. Sangwanjia then orders his henchmen to find Zoifan as soon as possible, but unfortunately for them, Zoifan had cut the red rope that marked the path out of that place. Sangwanjia then shouts in every direction, declaring that the forest would not stop him and that, sooner or later, he would find Zoifan and eliminate him. However, everything begins to go dark, and a red mist appears out of nowhere, leaving everyone bewildered and scared by what is happening. Sangwanjia orders everyone to stay alert, but when he realizes it, he is completely alone, and all the others present had vanished as if they had never existed. Zoifan appears on the other side of the forest with the Lu family subordinate who had been captured and shows Miss Lu how to cast the spell to eliminate Sangwanjia and his henchmen. Then, after casting the spell, black shadows appear where Sangwanjia and his henchmen are, leaving them all in panic and eliminating them shortly after. Realizing he would also be killed by the black shadows, Sangwanjia becomes even more desperate and, frustrated, yells Zoifan's name, questioning him about who or what on earth he is. Zoifan then appears at the scene, telling Sangwanjia to go to hell and ask the king there who was the one that eliminated him.